And that takes me back to FPD exactly 1 week later, where the now 6-2 Vikings are riding high after a third consecutive dub over rival Stratford in last week's game of the week. Third-year head coach Brett Collier and the Vikings now turn their attention to one of their toughest challenges yet, hosting a state powerhouse program like John Milledge in a matchup packed with storylines, emotion, and possibly a region championship on the line. It's been a strong stretch for FPD football this fall. The Vikings are finding their rhythm behind a balanced offense that's put up at least 21 points every game this year, plus a defense that's been physical up front, allowing just 17 points the last 2 weeks to improve to 2-0 in region play. Already undefeated at George S. Johnson Stadium this season, the Vikings look to make it a perfect 5-0 at home. Coach tells me last week's win was a turning point and a confidence builder for a team that's grown stronger through early adversity.
It was a gutsy win, great win for our program, great win for FPD, obviously with everything that game means. But, you know, the good thing about football is you got to move on to the next week. So we've learned. We didn't play perfect. We made some mistakes. And we're going to move on to this week with a great opponent in John Milledge and try to play our best again.
Now, all season, the Vikings have relied on balanced play calling along with steady quarterback leadership behind senior all-region player Major Simmons, who is averaging 130 through the air and 70 on the ground each game, pairing nicely with his 17 total TDs this season. Coach credits that growth to a long line of strong FPD signal callers, recently from Jakari Williams, playing at Syracuse now, to now Simmons, each carving out their own identity under center.
Going back to the Coach Moore era and even before, we have had a history of really good quarterbacks at FPD, and Coach Moore liked to air it out maybe a little more than we do now. The way I do things, we're a little more run-pass, balanced. And before Major, we had a kid, Jakari Williams, who's at Syracuse, and great quarterback, and then Major stepped in, and I've sat down and had to have conversations with him about, hey, Major, you're not Jakari, you're Major, and so be Major.
Well, I'd say Major being himself has worked out very well for the Vikings. Now on the other side of the ball, FPD's defense will be tested by a Trojans offense that's known for pounding the rock and averaging 35 points a game this season. Guys like Graham Moore, who lead the team in tackles with 10 a game, and Harrison Keenan, who leads the team in sacks with 4 on the year, lead the charge to stopping the Trojans come Friday night. Senior wide receiver and defensive back Brett Griffin, who leads the team in receiving yards to go with his 6 total TDs, says the Vikings are ready to fight and aren't backing down from the challenge ahead.
I think we had a lot of resilience. You know, we knew they were a good team. We knew they had a good running back. But I think we showed a lot of fight, a lot of grit, a lot of toughness. I mean, obviously they got good players on that side of the ball. They're going to be tough to stop, but I think we got to get a plan in place to stop them.
And now Collier tells me his team is ready for a physical battle on senior night and a matchup he won last year for the first time ever as FPD looks for win number 18 in the 22nd all-time meeting between the Vikings and the Trojans.
I think after last week, our guys have, gotten a lot of confidence and rallied. And, early in the season, there were a lot of things that didn't go our way. It felt like Friday night, there were some breaks in the game that did go our way for a change. So John Milledge has a great team, and Coach Wall and his staff, they've done a great job for a long time now. And this year's no different. They run the ball really well. They're a really balanced team, and that doesn't mean they throw running past 50-50. It means that they have a lot of ways they can move the ball down the field with different people. So they're hard to defend, and then on defense, they're good on the front. They got 2 really good inside linebackers, and they're playing really good football right now. So it's going to be a great game. I know our guys are going to play really hard, and I know theirs will too, so it'll be fun to coach in and fun to watch, I'm sure. I really respect them. I love the way they play football. JT is a great coach. I'm excited just to go play in the game, but, it's senior night at FPD. We get to honor our seniors and their families, so that's always special. It's bittersweet as a coach. You kind of feel like it's not goodbye yet, but you kind of feel like you get the reality that it's coming. And so that'll be a special night, and then you get to cap it off with a great game, so we're really excited.